Hi guys, we're going to explore something a little different today. We're going to give the bead mosaic just a tiny rest. We will be going back to it, don't worry about that. But we're going to explore a little bit about vintage style today, because vintage style really never goes out of style. But some people don't know a lot about it, and they don't really understand how to make something in the vintage style. But we have so many parts that work for that. And I thought the best place to start would be to create a lavaliere, which is what I'm wearing. This is the project we're going to do today. How pretty is that? It's very simple. Anyone can learn to do it very quickly. So before you come over here and I help you learn how, I would like to ask you please to subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends about me. If you enjoy this, tell your friends about me. If you feel like giving me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it. If you like it, if you sincerely like it, give me a thumbs up. And if you have a kind comment to leave, I love to hear from you, and I do respond. If I don't, Javi gets after me and reminds me. So anyway, if you would do that, I would really appreciate it. And in return, I will teach you how to make a vintage lavaliere. So come on over and let's get to it. Hi guys, so here again is the necklace. This is not a real long necklace, but if you want it to be, all you have to do is lengthen the pieces of chain. I kind of like this one shorter. This one is about around the neck, about 18 inches. And for this type of a, necklace, that's about right. You might increase it to 20, if you have a little bit bigger neck. But it's supposed to sit up higher on your neck. But if you want it longer, there's no reason why you can't make it longer. But for me, optimally, you want to do 18 inches around the neck. And actually, this one is a little bit longer because I'm forgetting to count this part. Sometimes, when you're measuring, you forget to count the part in between here. So it's probably more like 19. Okay, and I did not make this one extendable, but you can surely do that by adding another little piece of chain back here. So that's not hard to do. Very simple. I've used very simple Figaro chain. Most people have that in their stash. Figaro chain is very easy to find. It's especially very easy to find at beauty boutiques because we have several styles of it. So, and this is definitely in stock. I used brass ox. I like brass ox with sapphire and blue. Always have. But you can do it any way you like. You can put it in silver. We have it in silver too. Gold. We have it in gold. However it suits you to do it. So we're going to need to start off with about a foot of this stuff. Now I'm going to cut it a little bit longer just to be sure I have enough, and I don't want to get surprised in this video. I don't think so from when I measure. I'm just going to cut off about 15. But when you go to buy this stuff or measure it yourself, I think if you get 12 inches, you're going to be okay. I'm just doing it for the sake of the video. Okay, so now what I did is I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces that I need to cut. Most of them are 1.5 inches, but this one here is a little bit shorter right here. And also another thing we should do first is we should take and mount the stone. I use the check button cabs that we have at the site. They're absolutely gorgeous. I have a new supplier for them, and they are just outrageously beautiful. They also kind of spendy, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's what makes the necklace. If you didn't want to use this stone, it's an 18mm stone, by the way. Use anything you have that's flat back that you like. It's fine. You don't have to use those. But if you do like them, we do have some at the website in stock at this time. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to mount it in this piece, which is Brock's 03800. We'll put it in after the description of the video, right after the parts will be there. You need to be sure that you put it going up and down this way, not this way. It's best to do it this way. If you like it, I suppose you could, but it doesn't fit up right quite, so you want to do it this way. Before I do that, though, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this little hanger part, and it is CHM 04485, and I'm going to hang it here because that's what our drop goes on at the end. So as you can see, we have some measuring of chain to do, and we have to hook up our centerpiece. I like to get all my ducks in a row and then just hook it up and enjoy, you know. So I've got 6mm brass ox jumps. Okay. And just need 2 of them to hook this up. Oops. So this is going to be our focal. I try to get as much of this stuff done before the video as I could, because some of these things we just don't need to take the time to repeat them. You know how to do them already. If you don't, just flip back through the videos and you'll see how. But I'll show you this, because this might be a little new thought to you. This is what makes it the lavaliere, okay? That you have 2 chains going up here and then something like a pendant drop here that hangs. So this is going to go on here. This is going to be your pendant drop. And this is a lovely 16 by 12 check glass fire polish pear stone that we have at the site. You buy, I think, 6 in a package or something. Or maybe it's more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. They're very reasonable. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to attach that too, so that when I glue this in, it can just lay there. Now, since this is only just 1 stone, and it's not terribly heavy, I'll be able to go ahead and just hook it all up, even though I won't want to wear it right away because the glue won't, you know, be set up quite. But E6000 being thick the way it is, you know, we'll be able to go ahead and get it on there. So I need a toothpick. And I got my E6000. I love these little tubes because you have so much control. In fact, I'll probably just take it and smear it on here. I like to get a good coating. I don't want to get too much so it seeps out over the edges. This is great. Definitely. If anything, it might be a little bit too much. But you want to be sure you have coverage. You just don't want it coming out the edges, because that's a lot of cleanup later. That's just not necessary. But you learn these things as you go along. Okay, now I'm going to watch as I put this on that I get the point up. I don't want to get this like crookedy in there. It won't look right. So I'm going to get this point up in the middle. As I put it, just set it in there. And then I'm going to have a good, let me get it up here so you can see what I'm doing. Good close look here to make sure that I have the center. See, I don't, it's going off to the side a little bit. So just get it centered really good. And then I'm going to set that aside. I'll leave it here so you can keep seeing it. Okay, so now we're going to work on the sides of the necklace. So here we go. I've got my ruler out, and I'm just going to measure my side parts. So what I really want to do, they're like an inch, well, 1.25 inches almost maybe. But what I like to do is I want to get, let me set this here. I like to get 3 loops. I like to connect in the long loop with Figaro. Now you can do it on the other ones too if you would rather, but that's my preference. So I'm going to cut off, I'm going to cut them all off that way. So I think I need, let's see, what did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7, 8.
You're going to cut them all the same?
Yep, I think so. It'll probably shorten it up a little bit, but you can make an extender. It won't shorten it up a lot because the only one that's really longer is right here.
Yeah.
But it's not a lot longer. So I might adjust that thinking, but I think for the most part 3 will be enough. So right here I'm going to cut it. Yeah, Heidi is right. She usually is. I'm going to make, let's just talk about that again. I'm going to make this back part and this part up here be that much. You can do it however you want it, you know. I'm just trying to get it to work out to be like, you know, 18, 19, 20 inches. So here I've got a couple of pieces left on the end of this. I like to use that bigger one because it's easier to hook through. Okay. So I'll get you an exact measurement on this stuff for those of you who would prefer to have an exact measurement. Okay. Yeah, it's like 1.5 inches on these parts right here before the longer one. longer bead. Okay, so let's go ahead and just keep going and get them all cut, and then we'll hook it up. And I have my bead side stations done already too, so we won't have to wait much for that either. I like to try, you know, if I was planning this again, I might have done a little bit longer and kept it also could all be hooked through the long loops, because I prefer that. But it will go through the smaller, these jumps will go through the smaller ones too. That's just what, you know, my preference. A lot of this stuff, you know, the length of it and everything, you play with it. It's your piece of jewelry. You know, you do what you like the best. So I got this one cut. And this one. Make sure I got the right ones. This one goes back here. This one goes back here. So these are here. So I just need to count my little ones. All right. So I've got 6 cut already. So I just got 2 to go. And I'm going to make them be like this. 2 loops mostly and 1 little one on the end. So this one's a little shorter. Let me get you an exact measurement so that you will know. Okay, and this one's not even an inch. Just shy of it, like 7/8. 2 loops and a couple of little extra ones, and you got it. You got it. So I'll cut it off here. And just be careful, you know, you nip it real carefully, because you could cut through the whole thing, and then that's annoying. Not the end of the world, but it's annoying. Okay, so now I'm going to hook this up. I made my beaded sections ahead of time, okay? This is how I did them. This is how I laid it out. I had 2 longer ones in the middle. I had 2 shorter ones at the end, 2 shorter ones here. So basically 6 sections I need to hook up, and then I have a little end on the end of the necklace, because I always like that look. So let me just go ahead and hook this up as fast as I can. Let's see how quickly I can do it. So I'm going to take and open one of these and start. I would have done all this just ahead of time, but I figured you guys might want to, you know, see the measurements and, you know, all that kind of stuff. You might feel, you know, not everybody is at the same, you know, level. You know, some people think, oh yeah, I know how to do that. You don't have to mess around with that. But then somebody else might not. Somebody else might be really new to this. Maybe they just started making jewelry a month or 2 ago, and this is like all new to them, and they want to make vintage style jewelry. We have to know, you know, you do these stations. Vintage style jewelry, Lavalieres, they tend to always have side sections that are beaded, and you can put as many as you want. I toyed with putting 5 up each side instead of 3. But normally, if you're going to put stuff going up the sides, you're going to do them in 1s, 3s, 5s, 7s, whatever like that. You know, you go, that's even for that sort of thing. It seems odd numbers, but that's what's even. You always do those kind of numbers. Like, if you just put 2 on it, it'll look okay, but it'll look better if you do 3. You know, if you put 1, that's okay. That's maybe not enough, though. But yeah, you want to, okay, come here. Now, you know, over 1928 jewelry, you know how they connect these things? They have a big machine. Well, it's not that big, but anyway, they have a thing that you stick it in there, and she has like a foot press or something, and she hits it, and voila, it's attached. Ring attachment. They have a machine that makes jump rings, and they have an attachment. You can buy them. I don't have one because I don't make production jewelry, but if you were to go into that, that would be a very good thing to consider someday if you wanted to go into production on making jewelry like this, to have something like that, because it will save you a lot of time. That was the first machine that 1928 jewelry bought, besides pliers that you use in your hand, they bought something to make jump rings with, and then to attach. Okay, I'm trying to get these even up as close as I can. After we're done, I'll go back and check them out. This is something you always want to do anyway, so. Okay, so now we'll go to the next one on the other side. So this is too long. Oh, it looks like I've misplaced some of them. Well, I'll hook them where I have them then. This is on the side.
What are you looking for?
No, I figured it out. I figured what I was doing. I thought I was missing a piece, but I was looking at it wrong. So I started in the middle, which is not probably the best way to do things, but, you know, sometimes you have to lay it out, you know, it's all going to the same place, so whatever. And of course I'm using my jumpy tool because I find that works easier for me. But if you're used to working with 2 pair of pliers, then there's no reason for you to stop doing that. It's just what I like to do. I've used jumpy tool for years and years and years, and I don't see any reason to stop. You know, but there are times where it's really tight, really small, and you got to use 2 pliers. So it's a good skill to be able to have. Don't just always rely on the jumpy tool. You know, learn to do it both ways. But I just find it's clumsier and it slows me down not to use it. So we're almost done. We're almost there. And we have all the parts you need to make this lavaliere at our website. We even have some beads in other colors that you could use. Or you could improvise it. You know, you could say, okay, well that was a pretty necklace, but I think I'm going to do it in this color and I'm going to do this. We have other parts that will fit this style, you know. This was my design, but there's nothing really terribly new, you know. It's not proprietary to me. I mean, I'm not the first person ever made jewelry like this. So someone would say like, oh, you can't make my design, you copied me. No, no, no. This is to give you ideas. If you make one just like this because you need to, because that's how you learn, then, hey, I put this out here as a tutorial. I've taught you how to do it. That means you have my permission. So just go ahead, take the design, and do what you need to do to learn how. And I don't have a problem with it. If you want to give me credit, that's fine, but you don't even have to do that. Some people insist on that. I wouldn't. I don't see why that's necessary. But this is a genuine style, vintage style lavaliere. And very much like the ones that you would find in flea market. And especially what's true to it is it's got all the check fire polish on it. So here we go. We're ready to hook it up. We got it all. Let's see how close. Did I make a mistake here and get too much space and it's not even? And no, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. This one appears to be a little bit longer somehow. Huh. Wonder why. Well, I will manage that later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start from here, and I can always fix it as I go along up. Shouldn't be. Thought I had it the same, but yeah. It could be just mushed up on a jumper section or something. Hope you guys can hear me. I'm trying to speak up. You know, there is a volume control button at the bottom of your YouTube video too. Some people aren't aware of that. You can turn it up.
Up or down? Really?
Up or down. Yeah, if it's too loud, if I'm too loud and my voice is annoying, by all means, turn it down. If you don't, you could probably just watch me. You know, a lot of people have videos that way. They don't even talk to you. They just do it. Probably because they don't speak English too good. Okay, I see what's wrong. I didn't cut this one long enough. That's okay. That can be fixed. And we are about to fix it. I think I see exactly what happened. I got two of them turned around. Sometimes it's good to see. That often happens in my videos too.
Did you put the long jump?
Yeah, I got them switched.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got them switched.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. So this one just so you guys can see when I'm talking about, so problem solvers, it's always good. This one should have been here. This one should have been here. So
Okay.
easily remedied. This is not hard. We're just going to take this one off. Okay. Try not to lose a jump out of there. I probably will though. And then we got, yeah, it just came out. Doesn't matter. Okay, so now I'm going to take this out. Come on, you see. Here's a place where I need to use to. And I want to get it close enough to the seam so that it will open nice. Because if you get it far away from the seam to open it, it could kind of contort, and you're not going to like it. So, just saying. You're not going to like it like that. But we are perilously close to being finished with this thing. Perilously. Okay. So, this is the shorter one that goes on the back here. This is a little bit longer. So we're going to go ahead and put this here and switch them up. Pretty sure not. Don't do the same mistake twice, Brenda Sue. No, I didn't. Okay, we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and hook it up. All right. You're going to fight me. Go ahead. All right. I hooked up. All right. I'm sorry this kind of takes long, to show you, but, just remember, for those who are new to jewelry making, they need this. They need to see this, okay? Because they don't know what some of you guys know. Okay, where's my other section? Oh, here it is. Dirt. Right in front of me. All right, see how that came around pretty good? Now it's about the same. Yeah, that's what we need to do. After this, we just have to put the ends on, and we're done. Put the clasp. So, I have one of these very nice swivel clasps. We still have a few left. I need to order more. But, we have lots of lobster clasps. You want probably a 12 to, about a 12, half an inch lobster claw clasp would be good. A little bit smaller would be okay, but I want to go a lot bigger. It will look too chunky for it. It'll keep your necklace closed, but it won't look good. So just stay on the smaller side, but not itty bitty, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add this. Now, here's one thing I would say. I'm using a 6mm jump right here. And then I'm going to put my little finial on to make it look nice and finished. And it will be fine. You can connect through that. I'll show you. It'll be fine. You can go right through that. No problem. But it might be good to do an 8-inch there on the end, if you have one, okay? So this is pretty much the same. What's throwing it off and making it go like that now is the length of the clasp, lobster clasp. So it's pretty even. It's pretty good. Yep, so let's turn it this way and look at it. We got twins. Yeah, there's space down in here like this. Now I got two. Maybe I'll put them on my website. Somebody would probably like to have them. Let's see, now. And this wouldn't be a real expensive piece. I'm going to say there might be $10, $12 in parts maybe. And that's mostly because of this. Because these are like $7.50 a piece. But they're Czech. Czech stuff it's got gold on it. It's just that's how it is. But if you don't want to use that, and if you have something else, maybe you have a beautiful vintage stone or something, and it would work. You know what? I just noticed something too. This is funny. Now you can see how it goes both ways. I just told you to do it with the rounded sides up and then the two at the side. I did it differently on this one. My first one. I did the two coming out the side, and I did so. This way you can see how it works either way. I told you differently. But it works out either way. I was just thinking it was better like this, but I don't know. It just
Yeah, because the bangs on the bottom part.
yeah,
The little piece right there.
yeah,
Bangs.
yeah. It probably is better going the other way because you have more
Space.
space. Well, that could be easily fixed. All you would have to do is just take it off of there,
Yeah.
rehang it, and then put it off this side, which I'll probably do when this is over, because I think we're going a little long. So anyway, but that's interesting. I thought I had them the same way, but I don't. I don't have twins. They're different, but this way you can see either way. And it does work. It's fine. You know, it's not, it's
Oh,
really
it
not
doesn't.
catching up on there, but it looked like it was.
It does look like
It
doesn't.
it's okay. But maybe it is better this way. You have a little bit more freedom there. See, there's a good bit more room there. I like that better, actually, for a lavaliere especially. You know, I'm going to tell you one more thing, and I'm going to take off for today. One way to think of a lavaliere, do you remember the Y-style necklaces that got real popular a few years ago? And everybody was wearing them. People still love them and still work in that style. That's a lavaliere. Anything that comes down like that and has something hanging from a spot, a special part, whether it's an O-ring or whether it's a stamping or one of these things here. You could make a lavaliere just using this part here. You could forget this whole thing, not put the stone, just put this up here. Where's, I had one sitting here. Yeah, I did. You could put just that, just to show you what it will look like. You could save a lot of money doing that if you don't care about the look, because it will change. But you could just put this here. Hold it up a little bit. Just use that, and then put your dangle. It would still be really pretty, and you would save a lot of money off this design. I mean, seriously, a good bit, because this is where your money is in that stone. This part's not that expensive, but together with the stone, you got a little money. So if you want to save, you still have a very pretty style if you just use this and the drop, okay? I just love those check stones, so I had to put that in mind. All right, guys, I hope I've given you some ideas and you'll have some fun. And we will periodically insert another video into our lineup about vintage style. So you'll learn how to make all kinds of different things in the vintage. This is what I call 20s, 30s transitional jewelry. And it definitely has the check look, old check look, which is my love anyway. So anyhow, okay, guys, well, thanks for taking time to watch, and I hope you'll try the project. And again, we'll have the links for you after the description of the video. Thanks so much.